Okay. So for sensory language, I said it was a development perhaps 20 years old, mostly split levels with identical front bay windows opening into pleasant yards and thick shrubs. Because like while they were driving, they didn't really know what they were seeing until they pulled into the development, and then she like described it.
Yeah. I said, then his wonderful, joyful grin split his face, and he turned back into Reeve, her trusty, rusty next-door neighbor, because, like, he was kind of frowning right then, because, like, when they were in the car, like, but then it kind of shows how him smiling just kind of changes how he looks overall. Because, like, he just kind of looked scared.
He usually, like, has, like a straight, white face.
He doesn't seem like he has much emotion most of the time.
Yeah, so it's like, you can see it. Well, I said that they wore bright yellow robes, the men shaved their heads, which describes, like, which is sight, and it describes how, like, the cult dressed, like that group, and how, like, Jane's mother,
It's what her parents said.
Yeah, how is she supposed to believe them when they were pretending to be her parents her whole life, and now she's just going to believe what
Well,
they
it
said?
says at one point when they were talking about how, like, after a while she started calling her mom and daddy. When she was little.
Okay, what did you say?
Okay.
Well, one of my examples was filling the house with breakfast and working with it. I was thinking, like, it, like, describes the setting so you can, like, imagine the setting of that house at the time. And, like, that, like, you could feel the warmth and, like, smell the breakfasty smell.
What was your second sensory?
I said the boys jumped square into the puddles, soaking their sneakers, splashing the mud on the girls. Because, like, I could just see, like, kids jumping in puddles and stuff, and, like, the girls were like,
Yeah, my second one was they stood panting in the smoggy, rain-laden air of industrial Connecticut. And that was kind of a mix between smell and touch, because, like, they could feel the rain, because it was raining.
And you can, like, still see it?
Yeah. But, and you could also, like, since they're, like, it says industrial, so you can smell, like, smoke and car gas and stuff. That's why it said smoggy. So, that was mine.
My second one was the sweet little socks with ribbon trim, the cutest little jacket with bunnies on it, and a tiny beret. And I could just imagine like a small little girl maybe with pigtails wearing like a little beret. And, like,
When I first read it, I was totally
you know,
yeah, like the little, like,
yeah, and I used to have like a beret, but I looked weird in it, but I knew what it looked like. Like
Okay, but mine was for supper. Her mother made a pot roast with potatoes, turnips, onions, and rich dark thick gravy. Because I could like imagine like the like taste of all the food and like just to see it and stuff.
Okay, so for the dialogue, I said, Hannah is your mother, Jane, and we are not really your parents. I said it's like significant to the story because like this whole time she's been wondering like what they are to her if she's related to them at all, and that kind of just like answered her questions. So
Well, I had that one, except I added the part where they said that, like, they were her grandparents, and, like, yeah, like what you said, like, until she, like, when she saw her face, or what she thinks is her face, on the milk cart, she wasn't sure if she was related to them, if they were her parents, if they kidnapped her, so, and, like, when they told her grandparents, she just kind of calmed down, like, oh, they're my grandparents, but it might not even be her grandparents. They might be lying. I think they are. In my personal opinion.
Now thinking about it, when I was reading, I didn't see any point of them like saying that her mom had her when she was younger or anything. Like to say like, because it makes it sound like her grandparents were very young, with her grandfather being like a soccer coach and stuff. But so that would mean like her mom would have to have her as like a young child, and they don't really tell her that and stuff.
it was kind kind of weird because like she was talking about how he was a soccer coach, but then it was like I just noticed how old they were. It was kind of like two different things.
Because I mean, she never really had a reason to think about it, like what you said. And like, if she like thought like her parents, when she thought that her grandparents were her parents, that she really thought that they were like young enough to like be her parents. They were like way too old.
It's the only thing flip around.
If they didn't have her,
His head.
you know, they must have been.
Flat his back against the wall.
Like if they were in their 50s, then they would have had that her like 40s. So I mean that's still like pretty good. Like,
To be having kids, yeah.
so my dialogue was that no, you can't have that, Jenny. You've got loads of hand-me-downs, but mommy. Not now, can't you see I'm busy with the twins? But mommy, but mommy. So I thought that was pretty like important because it was like one of her like really vague memories, but it was like the most like precise. Yeah, it was really revealing. Like the other ones were like you couldn't tell what was going on, just like little bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just swiveling chairs or other
One
things.
detail from her life.
But this was like really like, you know, you could tell what was going on. And yeah, I thought that like later on, like she like leaves to like the area with the swiveling chairs, and it's also revealed that the person she was talking to was like the person at like the cult like daycare.
Well, I think a cult seems like a place that would have like a nice daycare. Like it doesn't seem to add up very much. Like she has these nice memories.
I don't think if you were in a cult daycare, they'd
Once again,
I don't think so.
They seem like very strict people. Like the big bag. Why would they go shopping? That's something.
kind of like a movie, I felt like it could have.
So, like, I didn't realize this until I really read it, but it's something like she's too busy with the twins, and so like she's like 6 years old, however she is, or she doesn't ever talk about having twin siblings. So, like, where did the whole twins come from?
And also, doesn't it say that she has an older brother?
They could have cut out.
No, when she was walking and she saw the redhead, and she was like, "That's my brother."
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's older or younger.
And like she called like the daycare lady mommy, even though like that wouldn't make sense because the kidnapper was in the store with the ice cream, like swiveling chairs, and that could have been the mom. So yeah.
Mine was in between the principal and Sarah Charlotte, because it's like Mr. McCain, Sarah Charlotte said to the principal, did reading pay off, or is it just a misprint on the honors list? Like, I could think that's like, because like how Reeve's been acting weird lately, because like him having that like attitude towards Jamie Picard. So I was thinking like maybe just like Reeve's changing, so he maybe knows something, and now like she's told him that she knows. Like you could just be like acting and try not to take it yourself.
I mean like
Reeve is kind of mysterious.
he's pretty mysterious, but that seems really kind of like a mean thing to say. If like, Sarah Charlotte is a friend, but like earlier in the chapters, like her friends did seem pretty mean. Like they threatened to like tape her hair down or tape that one girl's like mouth shut and her like pigtails together. Like they seem like a kind of mean group of kids.
That too,
But I feel like
the junior stepsisters together.
I mean, they seem very all like Mrs. Stephen.
So for the first figurative language, I said it seemed to her they were shooting through fall, rocketing towards winter. I said it's a metaphor because they're not really like shooting or rocketing. It just means that it's going quickly.
My dialogue was
Mine was, it was like, no, cried Jamie Soul. I said that was personification because souls can't really cry. Like, it's just showing that when her parents told her that she really didn't want that to happen. She wanted them to just be a regular family. So when they told her that they weren't actually her parents, she just kind of freaked out.
My first figurative language was cold drips. drafts like winter coming sifting down on her face like dust. And I've said that that was like a simile because they were comparing like the drafts to like dust. And like it kind of explained that like the setting was like the end of like fall, and like of course with the breaking the leaves part, like clearly they were in fall.
Well, mine was the breakfast was awful. It was feeling like feel that it felt like feeling breakfast was awful. It was like feeling out of form because I was thinking like maybe she gets like nervous and stuff like how like usually and like it was hard for her because like usually when it's feeling out of form it's like kind of hard, but it's also like nice sometimes depending on what the thing is you're feeling out of form for.
At the current rate, I would say yes.
Okay, my second one was also a metaphor. I said a handful of teenagers got off and were interested in each other and went to their separate board. I said,
Yeah, people aren't that small. Hopefully. They shouldn't be. Mine was she gripped the book bag as if she planned to throw grenades, and I said that it was a simile. Like, she was just really worried about what her parents were going to say when she asked them if they were, like, who Hannah was. And, like, she,
My first letter,
yeah, she was,
Bonzo was jealous towards everybody.
yeah, worried. And didn't want to hear. Like, she wanted to know, but she didn't want to know if it wasn't what she wanted.
Yeah. My second one was the attic felt as old as time, which is like personification because addicts feel. And it's a little like a sim like it's comparing like it's like really it's saying that it's like really it's like also an exaggeration, but yeah, because
House might feel.
yeah, and she like described how like no one like changed it, like they renovated the whole house, but not that one place. And like you can kind of tell that like she hasn't been there in such a long time that it feels different or old.
My second one was the few times we were allowed to visit her. She seemed like a silversmith that needs to be polished. Like it's a simile, like maybe like her life wasn't that interesting, or maybe she was just like depressed and upset about how it turned out after she was
alright, so my first question was how did you react when Ruth made Janie get out of the car when she was trying to figure out what to say? And I said even though it seems like she might not have completed her sentence because she was kind of thinking, it seemed rude of Ruth to just be like, Janie, get out.
It kind of surprised me because like how she talked about their friendship at the beginning, like they seemed like best friends, close and stuff. Like they wouldn't do something like that to each other.
She really didn't do anything to like annoy him, so I didn't really have any reason to be on edge.
Like one reason why I think he's like knows something, but he's just trying to hide it.
He does seem a little like suspicious. Because, I mean, I know that she like has those daymares, and like when she like zones out for a while, like she just doesn't, she like her surroundings in some other universe. So like she was like really like thinking deeply, but I feel like you should understand that like she doesn't know what to say.
Because didn't she say earlier that he was 7 when she was 4? So she thought that maybe he didn't remember something since he was 7. It's actually 3, so he needs to remember something. One of my first question was, do you think Janie's parents were lying? And I thought that maybe part of the story that they told her might be true, but I doubt that the whole entire thing was true. It just doesn't sound like it might be realistic, but not as.
That's how to end an essay. Like bits and pieces of it might have been
Yeah.
true, but they also seem to add detail and
Yeah. Just trying to convince her like a book.
yeah.
Sorry.